In a quiet village near a vast, still lake, there lived a monk named Shozen. He often meditated by the water's edge, finding peace in the reflection of the moon that danced across the surface. Every night, the moon's image shimmered in the lake, a perfect mirror of the sky above. One evening, as Shozen sat in meditation, a young man named Mitsuo approached him. Frustration and sadness were clear on Mitsuo's face. "Master," he said, "I seek happiness, but it always slips away. Every time I think I've found it, it vanishes, like water through my fingers." Shozen opened his eyes and looked at the young man with understanding. "Happiness, you say? Come, sit with me by the lake," he said, gesturing for Mitsuo to join him. Mitsuo sat beside Shozen, looking out over the still waters. The full moon hung in the sky, casting its reflection perfectly onto the lake's surface. For a moment, Mitsuo's troubles seemed to fade as he marveled at the beauty before him. "Do you see the moon reflected in the water?" Shozen asked. "Yes," Mitsuo replied, "it's so clear and beautiful." Shozen nodded. "Now, go and grab it," he instructed. Mitsuo looked at the monk in confusion. "But master, I can't grab the reflection. It's just an image." "Exactly," Shozen said, his eyes twinkling. "You chase happiness the same way you would chase the moon's reflection, by pursuing illusions. What you seek is not in the reflections of the world, but in the source itself." Mitsuo stared at the reflection of the moon, slowly realizing the truth in Shozen's words. All his life, he had been chasing after fleeting things, wealth, success, approval, believing they would bring him happiness. But each time, he was left feeling empty, just as he would be if he tried to hold the reflection of the moon in his hands. "The moon is in the sky," Shozen continued, pointing upwards. "To find peace, you must stop chasing illusions and look to the true source within yourself." Mitsuo sat quietly for a long while, his heart lighter as he began to understand. The things he had been chasing were mere reflections of deeper desires. He realized that true happiness and contentment could not be found in material things or in the opinions of others. They came from within, from knowing himself and being at peace with what he already had. From that day forward, Mitsuo stopped chasing the fleeting reflections of life. He focused instead on cultivating inner peace and understanding. As the years passed, he found that the happiness he had sought for so long had been with him all along, quietly waiting, like the moon shining in the sky above. And so, the story of the moon's reflection reminded all who heard it that pursuing illusions leads only to emptiness. The true source of fulfillment lies within, and once we realize this, we are no longer bound by the illusions of the world.